Good evening and welcome again to ROR Monster Jam live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's get right to it. Coming up next, racing round number 1 action. Fastest qualifier John Zimmer and Amsoil Shock Therapy on the course for his bye run in this 21 truck field. Zimmer going into the corner, up on 2 wheels a little bit for Zimmer, but he's still going to have a very good run, and he'll advance easily into round number 2. Tom Meents returning to the seat of maximum destruction this week, and he takes on Andy Hoffman and Nightmare. They go green down the straightaway. Whole shot to Tom Meents by about a half a truck. He's going into the turn, and he is going to have no problem in that corner against Nightmare and Andy Hoffman. Meents with the easy win. Hoffman landing hard on the front end, up into a slap wheelie, and he'll pull off a save. He's going to get the wow factor around 1, that's for sure. Mike Wine returning after the win in Pittsburgh, and he takes on third fastest qualifier tonight in a surprise, Guy Wood and Tropical Thunder. They come down the straightaway, it's all Guy Wood. They go into the corner. Mike Wine has an excellent corner. Wood washes out. It'll be Mike Wine getting the upset in round number 1 win. Look at Guy Wood, though, all over the place in the air. Wood definitely not as good as he was in qualifying. Already off the line go Excalibur and Brutus. Van Horn with the whole shot. Van Horn leading into the first turn, and it looks like Van Horn's going to get the win as Brutus clips a turning car. All over but the crying for Chris Bergeron as Carl Van Horn pulls the easy first round win. Evans versus Ryan. Ice Monster versus Destroyer. Can the Ice Monster melt the Destroyer? I think he's going to, as a big hole shot goes to Chris Ryan and the Michigan Ice Monster. And it'll be all Ice Monster. Dan Evans, though, is on 2 wheels. He's going to flip it. Destroyer's over. Adam Anderson and Paul Cohen, 106.7 The Fox and the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. They leave the line. They come down the straightaway, and it is all Adam Anderson down the straightaway, but they go into the corner. Both trucks wash out. They may have touched tires right there. Adam's trying to straighten it out. Not going to happen. And he is going up and over hard. And the win will go to the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Here you see the tumble for Adam Anderson. Didn't quite get the front tires onto the jump and sent that truck for a wild rollover. Tough break for Adam and his debut here in the ROR Monster Jam series. Ricky Brantley and Bob and Tom getting ready to take on Joe Sylvester and Bad Habit. Here you see Brantley lining up. Here comes Joe Sylvester now out of the tunnel. This has all the makings to be a good race. Both trucks on the line. Oh, Brantley, I don't know if you saw that. Brantley red-lighted right there. That's going to give the win to Joe Sylvester. I hyped that race up thinking it's going to be a great one. Brantley's still going for it. He thinks he's still got a shot. Red light's an automatic DQ. Joe Sylvester will get the win and go to round 2. Rich Helgendorf and Darren Basil, El Matador and Spike Unleashed. They leave the line. It looks like it is a slight lead to Darren Basil, but they go into the corner. Basil slides it way too wide, hits the wall. Rich Helgendorf is going to get the win and a nice wheelie across the line from Spike. Basil's out of shape on the racing jump. He wanted to finish the race, but he was a little squirrely coming to the cars. Oh my, what a wreck from Darren Basil, but he's going to save it, it looks like. Yes, he saves it. A blast from the past, seeing these 2 names on the line, Carolina Crusher and Executioner. They leave the line. Slight edge to Carolina Crusher as they go into the corner. Crusher swings it out wide, though. Hall's way wide. James Teague III is going to get the win, and Mark Hall's going to roll it over again. From the angle Teague is in the air, you think he's going to be the one that rolls over, but he lands it nice and safe, and here comes Mark Hall just out of nowhere, flipping the truck again, and that's got to hurt. Hall is just not getting used to this thing. Tough break again for Mark Hall. One of the most iconic rivalries in monster truck history. Bigfoot and Gravedigger, Runte and Tingler, they leave the line. Tingler with maybe a headlight hole shot as they head down the straightaway. Going into the turn, Bigfoot's going to wash out, but so is Digger. Digger washes out too much. Bigfoot is going to get the win. The big blue Ford goes to round number 2. And Digger's all over the place on the finish. Avenger taking on Iceman. Jim Kohler looking to go into round number 2. He leaves the line, and he has a truck and a half length advantage on the Iceman machine. And Avenger is going to, looks like it's going to slide out of this corner easily and get the win. Iceman's on two wheels, though. Iceman falls over on its side trying to get the win. Avenger, though, goes to round two. They leave the line. Zimmer and Guy Wood, Amsoil Shock Therapy, and Tropical Thunder. They head into the corner. It is all Zimmer around the corner. Zimmer has a beautiful turn, and Zimmer will go into round number 3. Guy Wood will be put onto the trailer. Jim Kohler and Tom Meents, and tell me that Kohler's not going to push this hard. He told me before this race I'm going to give it everything I got, and he is going to have to against the 8-time world champion himself, Tom Meents. Meents leaves the corner, all horsepower, he'll get the win. Kohler's on his nose, up and over, roll over Kohler. Jim Kohler is over again in Rigs of Rods competition. Well, I'm sure Jim Kohler is going to have to go to the back and try and avenge this loss in freestyle. But right here, this race, he gave it everything he had and took it hard onto the roof. Give Jim Kohler a hand. He tried hard right there to get that win over Meents. Mike Wine's biggest competition over the years in TNT and all the way through his racing career was against that big blue Ford in the other lane, Bigfoot. Can he pull the upset? Wine has been good in this corner. They both swing wide. They touch. Wine's going to get the win, and Bigfoot's going to land hard. And he finished. The nose is on the line. Pay attention to Bigfoot. Rolling over. Lands hard. He finishes, but it's in second. The black Chevy and the red and yellow Chevy head down the straightaway. Excalibur has the lead. They come to the turn. All Excalibur on the exit of the turn. That race belongs to Excalibur. Chris Ryan and Rich Helgendorf sitting on the line. Waiting for the green. They go, and they leave hard. Both those trucks left hard. Ice Monster, though, down the straightaway quicker. And it looks like Chris Ryan is going to have an easy win here. I thought that was going to be a lot closer. Chris Ryan gets the win. Helgendorf flies across the line in second. Joe Sylvester's going to look to try to get the Upset King nickname back here as he takes on Paul Cohen in the Air Force Afterburner. They come down the straightaway. It's Afterburner to the straightaway. They come around the corner. Oh, this is a close race. Who's it going to be? Bad Habit's going to get the win by a truck length. Upset King's back. Watch this drive to the line. Right about here, we'll slow down the tape, and you'll see Bad Habit get the win, but that was a great, great race. Can Sylvester do it again now in the beginning of round number 3? Can he take out John Zimmer and go into the semifinals? I don't think it's going to happen. Zimmer got the whole shot. Zimmer flies it around the corner, and Amsoil Shock Therapy goes to the semifinals again. This could be a good matchup here. Chris Ryan and Tom Meents. They leave the line. Ice Monster does not have anything for Meents on the straightaway. Meents goes into the corner. Oh, Ice Monster cut it tight. Not going to be enough, though. Great race, but Tom Meents gets it on the top end. Jersey Outlaw going to take on the Excalibur. Excalibur leaves the line and lifts the front wheels up and gets one heck of a hole shot against Mike Wine. Wine's not going to have a chance, and Excalibur will go to the semifinals. Ice Monster comes back as the fast loser to take on teammate John Zimmer and Amsoil Shock Therapy. They go into the corner. Zimmer's been smooth all night until right there. He's up on two wheels a little bit. He floors it. They come to the line. I don't know, but Ice Monster's tumbling. Zimmer gets on the throttle and avoids the wreck. I don't know who won that. Your guess is as good as mine to see who won this race. It was that close to the line. We still don't know who won, but we know Zimmer will be coming back because Ice Monster is going to be too damaged to continue, even if it did win the race. This is going to be a great matchup. They both leave the line, and both of them lift their front tires up. Excalibur has the whole shot. They go into the corner. Can Tom Meents get it? No, Meents is on two wheels. He's going to flip it. Excalibur hit the wall with the rear tire, but it's still going to be Carl Van Horn and Excalibur making it an all-sudden Impact Racing final. News and notes on the finals. Excalibur and Amsoil Shock Therapy have not faced each other all year long. They are teammate trucks. Can Excalibur pull off the upset win, or can Amsoil Shock Therapy finally go to victory lane after losing 3 other times in the finals? Let's find out. Here we go, finals time in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Zimmer and Van Horn. Sudden Impact Racing is going to come home with the win tonight. The question is, which truck is it going to be? You hear Zimmer on the rev limiter. The chip is up on Excalibur. Who is going to get the whole shot? They leave the line. Looks virtually dead even as they go into the corner. Maybe a slight edge to Excalibur. Zimmer cuts a beautiful final corner. They fly across the line, and Zimmer is going to finally get a win. Last week he finally got that freestyle win he'd been looking for. This week he finally gets that racing win he's looking for. And you can't tell me he isn't the happiest man in Minnesota right now. John Zimmer finally walking away with a racing win in Riggs of Rod's Monster Jam competition. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because next time out we are going to have freestyle for Minneapolis. So long.